Man, it is cold as hell outside here. All right, guys, I got something pretty cool for you guys for today's episode. Take a look at that. We got the H calorie Toolbox diesel air car parking heater. We're gonna go ahead and unbox this, see what comes inside, and we can go into more details about what this does. I think most of you guys who are overlanders, if you guys camp for long weekends, you guys know exactly what this is and what this does. So let's go ahead and unbox this. Okay, so there we have it, guys. Here is the H calorie Toolbox diesel heater. It looks pretty freaking awesome. So let's see here. We took it out from the box already. Of course, we have our user manual, instructions, if anything, more likely warranties and whatnot. So pretty detailed pamphlet. I had a thick too as well. So that's gonna give me some reading materials to take a look at. All right, so let's see what comes in the box. Obviously, we have the diesel heater itself. And in the box, we have our exhaust pipe here. Exhaust pipe. We have our power outlet that goes to the diesel heater. We have that. More connections, I believe. Through my research, this is going to be an extension for the remote that's up on top of here. And then we have our duct. We can set that over here. And then we have our, I believe this is our exhaust or our muffler that goes to this pipe over here. And then we have our hose clamp. It should be 4 inches, I believe. And it looks like our ventilation duct right over here. And then a box within another box within a box. All right, so this is going to be our main power plug to the heater. All right. And then last but not least, it looks like we have some hardware. So this is going to be more than likely the legs to our diesel heater. All right, so that is pretty much it that comes. Nope, that's not it. There's also, looks like these should be the feet to the brackets here. Right on, so let's see. Okay, so let me clean this up a little bit and then we'll talk more about the heater. So, all right guys, so this is my H calorie TB Max diesel heater. And this is my first time having any heater in general. And so having this in my possession during this time of the season, it cannot have been better. What's nice about this is, of course, it's the wintertime. In the garage, I think it's somewhere around 50 degrees. And so it's pretty cold in the garage. And I'm happy because then not only can you use this heater for just the occasion for the outdoors, right? You can do this, you can use it for RV camping, car camping, rooftop tent, whichever the case you're going to be using it for. I will be using it for that, but I also will be using this for my garage because it gets cold in here. I have upcoming projects that are coming up, and if you guys know me, I work out in my garage, and working out in the cold, it's never fun. So having this guy being in my possession, I can use it in my garage. And whenever I go off-roading or for my outdoor adventures, this is gonna come in clutch. So we had a recent trip early, or I think it was late August, towards September. And if you guys remember watching the video, we were back in the Highway 395 over at Convict Lake. And we camped over there, and man, I cannot tell you guys, it was so uncomfortable because my wife and I slept in the tent together. We had our blankets, we had sleeping bags, but it was just really uncomfortable because we didn't have any source of heat. But man, it was a cold night last night. We only had ourselves, and that just wasn't enough. And if I was able to have this in my possession at that time, it would have been so much more convenient, so much more comfortable for us. And this is only going to get better. My H-Calorie TV Max is going to be the solution to all that problem. And not just for my outdoor adventures, but this is going to work out well when I work in my garage. Big thanks to H-Calorie for hooking me up, for sending out this. So let's go ahead and start hooking the connections and the accessories and talk about the features of it. 3.5-inch outlet. This just maximizes the amount of heat that it's going to push out. I think what's really cool is they took the extra time to place this insulation here. This will just keep the pipe nice and hot without letting it escape. So that's a nice little addition there. So all we need is a flathead or a Phillips forehead screwdriver. All right, so my control box up here is already on. Let me open up this cover here. So I have the wired remote that comes with the heater, and that's right over here. It's not on right now, but I'll turn it on in just a moment. And then we also have the wireless remote. So there's this one here. So what's cool is this also acts, this remote here, it acts as a thermometer. So there's my temperature. So right now it's telling me that it's 59 degrees in my garage. So this is also a thermometer and also a carbon monoxide reader as well. I don't know if I fully trust this in terms of the CO2. I think I would rather purchase a separate CO2 reader just in case, because you never know. You don't want to be breathing in this poisonous gas. And though this is convenient to have, it's always nice to have a backup. I think what I find is, despite not having any experience with having diesel heaters at all in my life, what's cool is H-Calorie has integrated their remotes within the housing itself. The cover here comes off, and here's the wired remote. And what's cool is this wire here, you can extend this. So if you want to use this and run this wire here into your tent or your rooftop tent, or if it's right beside you, you can disconnect this portion here, unplug it, and then you have the included extended wire that comes with this. This looks to be about maybe 3 feet long. So you have an extra 3 feet long of wire you can hook up. So let's just test it out real quick. So there's that position there, and then you have the other end for the remote itself. So you just hook it up like so, and then yeah, there you go. We have power. So we can put this back in. It just goes in head first, and then it just snaps right into place, holding it right there. And then of course you have the wireless remote that's tucked in here. And it's just like so. So I think it's really cool that they made this really easily convenient for you. Now, if you were to lose this, that would suck, because then this is pretty small, so don't lose it. When you're done with it, remind yourself to put this back in this spot right over here. So I think that's really cool that they did that. It just makes it more organized for your camping needs, so that we know exactly where it's at all times. To turn this on, you want to go ahead and just push the power button here. Push it again and hold it. And you'll hear it ramp up. So we have set to H9. We have 10 levels of heat. So all the way down to 1. So you can see the inlet here. It's pulling the air out from this section over here into the combustion chamber, and it's going into the heat exchanger, and then once it's all done over here, it pushes it out over the exhaust or the ventilation over here to keep you warm. This is neat to have. It does also adjust to the altitude depending on where you are. So this little icon right there, it'll let you know. So it adjusts depending on your altitude. I forgot to mention that you have 3 ways you can control your diesel heater. You can use the wired remote, you can use the wireless remote, And you can also download the app onto your phone, and you can use that to control the heater. You can go into the App Store and then just look up H calorie. And then when you find it, you just download it onto your phone. And when you open it, you'll come across, this is all new, so I'm going through this, so you're all going through this with me. So we're gonna add a device. So it's already found it. We're gonna click on the H calorie. Bluetooth connection was successful. All right. Let's go ahead and turn the heater on. So you wanna activate the device, yes. And there it goes. Heater is on. We're using just the app to control the heater. And we can change the level of the heater. It's pretty cool, right? So there's a lot more features within the app itself that you can use. I know you can set a timer to this. You can set the thermometer and the amount of heat that you want, all done in the app. And there's so much more that we can explore, but I'm gonna just keep it basic because I don't know too much about this. I'll be learning about the heater as I go. So the body of the heater, it's made out of aluminum. And so with aluminum, it just means it just means more lightweight. So despite having a full tank of fuel in here, this diesel heater, I can lift it, I can carry it. I mean, it is heavy, but at least for the most part, it's portable. You can transport this wherever you need to. So let's talk about the grab handles. They are nice and wide and open, and they're pretty ergonomic. So when you grab them, you just know you have a solid grip, and you can carry this wherever you need to. So lots of opening, lots of areas where you can grab it. You can grab it this way or even that way. However, it's comfortable for you. You can grab it one-handed too if you need to. I think my only other concern is, since I'm a pretty hands-on kind of a guy, if it came down to servicing the heater, it looks like it's pretty enclosed. There's no spots for it to open. Sorry, that's my son. He's with me in my garage. But yeah, so there's a bunch of rivets and screws all around the heater. So I think hopefully the fact that it's a sealed and enclosed heater, hopefully I don't have to service it. But if I have to, I don't see why I can tear it apart. But that's why there's a warranty that comes with it. The heater does come with a 12-month or a 1-year warranty. It's not a long period, but should it fall out of the warranty period and something happens to the internals, whether it starts leaking from inside or the heater exchanger goes bad, I know I can be able to tear this apart and get to it. It's just they made it more compact. They made it more difficult for you to get to that. But nothing where I can use a power drill to get all these screws back out to access what's inside the heater. So let's take a look at the side of the box. The box even tells you right here, there's 7.5 liters of max diesel fuel you can place into the unit itself. I like the fact that it tells you in liters of that's still left. I do have the diesel heater fully topped off with diesel fuels. It's not going to tell you where it's at because it's fully to the top. It tells you in percentages, which is pretty cool. So 93% all the way down to 27%. So it tells you when you have low fuel. Now I understand that this is really cool about the TB Max is that it has a 62.5 hour of runtime on a full tank of fuel. That's more than your week's worth of work, which is 40 hours a week. And to run this for that amount of time in one full tank of gas, it's incredible. That just means you're able to spend more time out in the outdoors, enjoy staying in your camp or your tent or your car or your RV, because this is going to help keep you warm for those cold winter nights and those cold winter outdoor activities. So in terms of powering on your diesel heater, you have two options. You can use a power station along with the included power adapter here to power on the diesel, or you can run this directly or you can use the included 12-volt supply power outlet here. You can hook this directly to your battery and plug it directly to your heater to use that as a source of power to power on your heater. Because I have little to no experience with diesel heaters at all in general, I think what's nice about this heater is this is H Calorie's, their new design. So with new designs, that means new internals. So within the heater itself, it has a new combustion chamber. that means that's 36% more efficient. So what that translates to is faster heat times, right? So it takes about 3 minutes for this to heat up and get things going. So that just means you can be able to be within your tent or your car or within your car, and it's going to heat things up a lot more quicker for you, so you're not just freezing waiting for this to heat up. So with new design, that also means it has a new fuel pump. So within the heater itself, it's supposed to be a lot quieter from what I understand. And a lot of diesel heaters, they have this, the fuel pump will tick. H Calorie claims that this will have little to no ticking. And so we've yet to test this out. And that's going to be pretty cool. So I don't know, maybe the ticking is good for some of you guys, and you guys might consider that to be white noise. But for me, I can't sleep with white noise or ticking in general. And knowing that this has little to no ticking, that's a huge plus for me. I just like having things quiet when I'm sleeping. I don't like hearing noise because that keeps me awake, and when that keeps me awake, that just makes it unenjoyable. Knowing that this has a very quiet tick is going to be pretty awesome. Now this heater also has a IPX4 rating. So what does that even mean? Well, the heater is supposed to be water resistant, so you can leave it out in the elements and it'll just keep heating. So that means that if it's raining or if it's snowing, it's gonna keep on ticking. On their website, I've seen it where they've showered this thing with just water and it just keeps working. So you can rest assured knowing that if you're out car camping, this is not gonna fail on you, and it's gonna keep you warm throughout those cold camping nights. I've already had the chance to take out the diesel heater, and I went out to a spot that I know that was close to home, and I think it was about low 50s out there, pretty cold. But I was able to set up my tent and give this a test in my tent. It worked out well. I was surprised at how fast my tent was warm just by using this heater. And again, man, I wish I was able to have this when I was camping back a few months ago. But nonetheless, I have more adventures coming around the corner, and just having this will be just so clutch, and knowing that I'm going to be warm and comfortable when I do camp. And it doesn't have to be camping. It can be, again, working in my garage, using the heater turned back on, because again, it is cold the winter time, so it's cold. But my day trips as well, when we huddle into our tents, this will just keep us warm. So I am just looking forward to having those warmer adventures and not just freezing our butts off. So the diesel heater is officially turned off. It took approximately 4 to 5 minutes to fully shut off. So when you put it back in shutdown mode, it'll take about that time. So my key takeaways from having this heater is 1, portability, and 2, the features and the benefits that comes with it. The wired remote that comes with the heater itself, the wireless remote that also comes with it, and again, it's a thermometer and a CO2 sensor as well, so it detects all those areas. You can use the app within the phone itself to control the heater. And the runtime, 62.5 hours of runtime on a full tank of fuel in this small capacity to just keep you warm through those cold winter outdoor adventures. And the new design is a welcome plus. I've seen plenty other designs that are out there, and I have to be honest, when I was looking for diesel heaters, and it's just surprisingly that H Calorie reached out to me, and they were actually one of the 3 that I was looking for in the diesel heater market. So it's just fitting, because again, my last trip that we had, we were just super cold and really uncomfortable. So having this now in my hands, I'm just happy that H Calorie reached out to me and I get to use this. I want to go ahead and give a huge shout out to H Calorie. H Calorie has been the ones who has reached out to me, and they are today's sponsor in today's video. What's nice is they are giving us and giving you guys, my followers, a nice discount this holiday season. I've left the link in the description down below, and you can use code EDDIE15 off at the checkout for this exact same heater or something else like it in their lineup. So that's going to be in the description down below. Happy holidays to you guys, and Hope you guys have a great Christmas and stay safe out there. Hopefully you guys have liked the video. Thank you for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you guys are new. My name is Eddie, also known as Driveway Built 460, and I'll see you guys on the next adventure. Peace out, guys.